Right, we've come to start making the shape front now on the draw fronts here. I don't know whether you can sort of see that rough line I've marked on there, and that's going to be symmetrical. Nothing on this side, because the way I'm producing this shape, I've got a cove cutter set in the router, and all I'm doing is gradually working along. I started off from the centre, put a pencil mark just on the fence, and then each time I make a pass, I move it up about 3 or 4 millimetres, and then I make a pass, turn it round, put it back onto that same mark, and make a pass again. And by doing that, what we're gradually ending up with there, I don't know whether you can see that sort of rough shape that's come in there. And when we look at the other side there, we can see it's gradually following that line. So the way I'm doing that as well, you see, as I sort of go along the line, I want to start coming back up. I'm just lowering the router cutter or raising it, irrespective of which way we want to go, whether we want to take a bit more out or just leave a bit more on. And hopefully that'll work out quite nice. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because we've got 7 drawer fronts. I want them all to be exactly the same when they go into the cabinet. So yeah, it's working out okay. I'll do a little bit more, then I'll come back and show you what we're progressing like. Okay, so we're just moving it up about 2 or 3, 4 mil, whatever you want to take out. We can start the router up then. Well, of course, that's the first one done, so then what we need to do is repeat that process on each of the other 6, so we've got all 7 done, and then again we'll move it along and do the same thing again. So that's really how it's working. We'll see how it's coming along. Like I say, I'll get a bit further because it's a bit boring watching me doing all that, and hopefully we'll have a nice shape at the end of it all. Catch you later on. Oh, just an update on the progress then. I don't know whether you can see that, but you see the shape that we're cutting out. It's following that line quite nicely. I've just got probably another 3 or 4 passes to do, then I'll have to start just lowering the cutter a little bit so it starts to lead me a bit more on so I can follow the shape. And you can see on the other side there's no line or whatsoever, but of course we're getting that symmetrical shape because as we do each side we're turning it round and then passing again. So yeah, that's where we are up to now. I'll get a little bit further. I'll just show you how we're coming along as we lower the cutter. Okay, there we are. Then you can see now we're gradually decreasing the cut on the router and we're getting that bit much more left on there. One of the important things is as well, where we've got the joint coming in, if ever we're going to make our own shape on here, always make sure that we're not taking too much out this part here where we're going down to the joint, else otherwise it's just going to weaken that joint. So make sure we're leaving plenty of timber on. So the idea is here, we're coming up, we're curving round, we're going back in and sort of back up to the centre. And then obviously we've got to clean it all up yet. We'll look at that on another video. But this is just the sort of first basic roughing out, what we call the roughing out of the shape. So we've got something to work to then with the spoke shave and the scraper and what have you to get a nice curve finish on that. So yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. We've just got the last little bit to do there and then we'll be done. Yeah, so there we are. That's just the final cut on the last one there. You can probably just see that line. Look, I don't know. You can just about see the line just going down there where we've followed that shape with the router cutter. So that's roughed out quite nicely. on all the drawer fronts now. So what we're going to do next is put all these drawer fronts together. I'll show you how we're going to do that in the next video. And then we're going to start cleaning them up to get a nice smooth finish, obviously, like we've got on the back there. So that's the next stage. But yeah, chuffed with that. It's come out quite nice. I quite enjoyed doing that. So it's a good way. If we've got a lot, you know, more than 1, 2 or 3, we've got 7 in this case, and we want them all exactly the same. This is a really good way to do it, I've found, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Shared that with you. Okay, Smiling Sam here, the Woodwork Man. If you like what we're doing and you want to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and stuff like that, I'd be most grateful. And we can share other things in the next videos. Okay, take care.